Hi, and welcome to Issaquah Buzz, where we talk about all things business in Issaquah, from retail gossip to restaurant news. My name is Autumn Onahan, and I work with the city's communications team. And I'm here with one of my favorite coworkers, Jen Davis-Hayes, who works in economic development for the city, to just gossip about all things Issaquah and business. Welcome, Jen. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We actually, at first, I didn't know if we had a lot of gossip for this episode.
Yeah.
We actually have a good amount.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into it. But before we do that, I think that you have some news to share with all of our viewers and listeners.
Oh, do I now?
Yes.
Hi. So it's bittersweet to share that this will be my last Issaquah Buzz. I've accepted a position in a different city. And so after 11 and a half years of being in the city of Issaquah, it's going to be really sad to leave, but I'm excited to try some new things. And Issaquah Buzz has been amazing opportunity to kind of connect with businesses, yourself, and I didn't really want to do this in the beginning, and I'm so glad I did.
Yes. So you'll be continuing to do economic development for another city.
Yes.
That's wonderful because it's where you excel. And I am so grateful that all those years ago when I came to you and said, look, I'm already bugging you enough as an Issaquah resident to know what the gossip is.
Yeah.
Can we just record ourselves talking? Because with the lack of local news in Issaquah, and just living in this community, that's what everyone wants to know.
Exactly.
Is what's opening, what's closing.
Yeah.
Kind of the things that impact our daily lives. And so I'm just so happy that you said yes to me and that we tried this out, and we're still kind of learning as we go, right?
Yes.
But it's just been so much fun, and I love the reaction and the support from the community. Yeah. So we will continue without you, sadly, but we will continue Issaquah Buzz, just because, of course, we're here to support local business.
Yes.
So we'll continue definitely on that mission.
Yeah.
But to show you how grateful I am, and also to just kind of drown all of my sorrows after I heard the news that you were leaving, what does somebody do? And to make themselves feel better, but to go shopping. And so
retail therapy.
I went shopping around Issaquah, and I have several gifts to present to you throughout our podcast.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm hoping that you get emotional at some point. That's the goal.
Okay.
I'm joking. So let's start with the first gift.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Let's
I get to
go
open up.
with
Lucky Home.
Home.
So where's
Actually,
Lucky Home?
Lucky Home is in Gilman Village. That's where my family went for all of my Mother's Day gifts.
Oh.
I just had all the Lucky Home green bags.
Oh,
I
my
was
goodness.
quite spoiled on Mother's Day.
Hey, that's good. You taught them well.
Yeah, or yes, definitely. And
Shopping local.
so both my girls picked out a few items from Lucky. It's Lucky You and Lucky Home.
Same.
Is wonderful when you just don't know what you're going to do for a gift.
Yes.
And they've got a lot of stuff too for men. And so for Father's Day coming up, they had a whole huge display. It was amazing, of all sorts of things for any type of dad. So go there, definitely, if you're looking for something for the dad in your life.
Issaquah.
So you're going to have to represent.
Yes.
At some point,
Yes.
you still need to show your love of Issaquah,
So it doesn't
right?
say Washington, it says Issaquah.
Right.
Nice. I know that's always fun to have, like the Issaquah branded things. In
Yeah. And I love that local businesses have, the little shout outs to Issaquah.
Oh, another one. Elevation 108 feet. If anybody didn't know that, now you do. And established in 1892.
Oh, be still my heart. I love Issaquah,
Yes.
and I love its
Yes.
history. So hopefully you put those somewhere, and
Yes.
just would be a reminder to you of your time here.
you.
Yeah. Okay. So enough about some of your personal life.
Okay.
Let's move on to some gossip that we have to share with our
Exciting.
listeners.
Yes.
This first one I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
And I think that, well, not to steal your thunder, but I think Tallis in general is going to be very excited. So what's coming?
So you know where the bakery is, right there at the right above Timber Ridge.
Yeah,
so
Les
Experiences Paris. Yes. So in the other retail space, which I don't believe there's been anything in there for the entire time that has been open or been built, Trailhead Taps and Bottles put in a permit. Yes. So they're going to be a wine lounge. So they're going to have some small, eats, but it's really going to be beverages and snacks only. And so it is a perfect meeting spot, right? Because especially in the evening, I think the bakery is not open in the evening. So looking forward to seeing that open. I know Tallis has wanted some more spaces to be, be together in the community. So
a perfect meeting spot.
Yes.
And walkable for everybody in Tallis.
Yes.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep on. I know that you find out about a lot of these things, right? By who's submitted a permit.
Yes.
Is that right? Is
Yes.
that how you get a lot of your gossip? So
Some
we'll be tracking that just to see how their progress goes.
Yeah.
And then you found another one, right? That's just recently filed a permit.
So we've been talking about what's going in the old subway and the old 96, right?
Yes.
So we mentioned last time JoJo's, and they actually have a sign up for the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the name of the restaurant that is submitted a permit is Chan, CHAN Restaurant.
Okay.
So in 96 Cafe, former space. Now, because there wasn't a restaurant there, it's going to take a little while. You know, I've said that before.
Right.
Tenant improvements take a while. So, but they just submitted the permit, and hopefully once they get that, then they can start constructing the commercial kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So you know, I would guess maybe 3-4 months or so before they at least think about opening, but maybe sooner if they have things already. So that'll be really nice to see, again, another space, but in downtown to go check out.
Yeah,
So,
I'm wondering what kind of food it will be.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep track of that as well.
yeah.
Okay. So it's time for another gift.
Drum roll.
Yeah. You can tell I had a lot of fun.
Facet. Oh, sorry. Facet. Lovely. And where's this one?
This one's, well, you can tell there's a theme here a bit of Gilman Village.
Gilman
Again,
Village.
when you need to do gifts, that's where I go, is Gilman Village.
Exactly.
And it's almost relaxing to go shopping in that location.
Oh my gosh. Honey Smitten Honey Sticks. I love you, honey. Berry ginger lemon.
Just make sure to show the camera.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I was going to have one right away.
I remember you talking about the kind of the tea experience you had with your team.
Yeah.
So knowing, I always see you with a
Love
mug
it.
when you're on virtual calls.
yeah.
So thought that would be good. But
This is awesome. Thank you.
they have a whole lot of really just unique food gifts there.
Yeah.
And also good things as well for dads. There was actually a really cool men's section of some clothing and some other things. A lot of like stuff around just like the hiking themes or the Pacific Northwest. So
smart.
yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. So
Love it.
yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Of course. Okay, next up is another location which we've not talked about yet, Kids Strong.
Yeah.
And that's on Gilman Boulevard in front of Hobby Lobby. So is it more kind of like across the parking lot?
Yes, across the parking lot, and those buildings. And so, again, this is something that it appears that it's a chain. It's a science-based kids training program. So it looks like they're doing exercise and challenges and have coaches. And so, you know, I think it's meant to like give kids some physical activity, but also kind of challenge and be fun. So it's not just like come and do workouts like that.
Yeah.
But really, and using science to it, right? As opposed to like just 20 sit-ups or this or that. So boring stuff like, you know, the pacer test that you had to do back in the day. But yeah, so I think it's really cool because, again, Issaquah is about families and kids, and so to have something to do alternatively during the not so nice weather, but then something you can do year round.
Yeah, I've been hearing a ton also about the indoor play area that just opened up for kids. There's so many parents who are so thankful already, even in like the nicer weather. Yeah, it's just been rave reviews.
Yes.
So it's great to see more locations opening up that support younger families especially.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about this next one a bit, Berna's Bakery and Cafe.
Yeah.
So guess what? I happened to go there.
Ooh.
And got us some treats
to
celebrate your new job.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if I'll share these if you can see them. So we have a what's it called? Sesame seeds, tahini cookies.
Oh, yummy.
And then some baklava.
Okay.
And he did say the baklava should be served warm. I'm not serving it too warm. Apologies.
I know.
But anyway, so I was chatting with him as I was buying these. They opened 2 days ago.
Oh my gosh.
And the excitement in that restaurant of both the chefs and then I don't know if he was the owner or he was working there, but the guy at the front counter.
Yeah.
They were just such a buzz, and they were so excited for being in Issaquah and for finally opening up. I know they've been working a while to do it.
Yeah.
There was a large family sitting outside eating lunch, and their whole table was full of just platters of food that looked like so much, just all these different tastes.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go with my family and just try it all out. But we're going to start with desserts.
Desserts are always good to start with.
Yeah. Do you want to try some?
Oh boy, we're gonna eat on camera here, huh?
Yeah, which is we've done this before.
Oh, that's true.
Haven't
That's
we
true.
eaten on camera before?
Yeah, this is why we don't.
Oh, that's not too sweet.
That's good though.
It is really good. Yum. Ton of pastries in their selection too. So
And they're
this is
Turkish,
just
right? It's kind of
So
all
yep, it's
food?
Turkish cuisine. So go try it out for sure. They also do tea service too. So that I did not bring in studio, but looked amazing
I love
as well.
tea.
Okay, next up. So during my adventures in Gilman, I also thought, well, I need to get you something from Cleanscapes.
Yeah.
And the story, I don't know if we've talked a lot about Cleanscapes having a storefront before.
I don't think so.
But Cleanscapes is our solid waste provider. So the ones that pick up all of our recycling, our yard waste and trash. But they contract that through the city. That's how they are providing service, is through a contract with Issaquah.
Yeah.
And as part of that contract, which we are so proud of, is that we have some other amenities, right, as part of
Yeah.
that negotiation. And one of them was that Cleanscapes actually has a storefront in Gilman Village.
It's such a cool store.
Yeah, and they have a ton of stuff that's all about just being able to reuse and recycle, or reusable gear, right? Like lunch bags and water bottles
yep.
and all of those things. So they have a really fun storefront that's I think also really aligns with the values of Issaquah.
Yeah.
And then you can drop off all of your hard to recycle items there,
Yeah.
that you can't set out outside of your
Right.
in your driveway. So anyway, I went in there and bought you a very themed Issaquah magnet.
Who is that?
That's Sasquatch. There is a lot of Sasquatch gear that local businesses have either started to sell or
Yeah.
you can kind of see in their branding.
Yeah.
Anyway, which
Issaquah
I love.
Oil as
Issaquah
well.
oil, yes.
Love it.
So anyway, so there's the magnet.
Thank you.
But as I was walking into Cleanscapes, they had signs everywhere that they're moving.
Yeah.
And for a second, I was like, what? They're leaving
they're
Issaquah?
leaving.
But they're just moving to another location. It's called St. George's Square. It's right next to Gilman Village, and it's right along Gilman.
Yep.
I think there used to be like a quilting shop
Yes.
that was
Yes.
there before. Yeah. So they're going to move in that location.
Yeah.
They're thrilled. They'll have way more space for their storefront and merchandise. Yeah. But the lady that was checking me out also said just for recycling too, because sometimes they get really, I don't know, like a ton of styrofoam or like really large items.
Yeah.
And having that small of a storefront's been challenging.
Yeah,
so
it just sits there then. So so it's right by the Masa, the
Yes,
restaurant. So
yes.
that beautiful brick building there.
Yeah.
And so that's great. I'm glad they're going to be really close because they're a fun store. And like you said, you can bring your styrofoam or your batteries or whatever that is.
Yeah, drop your stuff off and then go shopping.
Yeah.
So they are moving on June 17th. So I'm excited to see what they do for their storefront. So that'll be exciting. Speaking of Gilman Village, just a random plug. This is not something that's that new, but I've heard from 3 different people in the community recently who have been eating at Nicolino Ristorante.
Oh, yeah.
So the Italian place in Gilman. I haven't been there in years, and it's just not really been on my radar. But everyone that's been eating there lately said it's delicious, and it's under fairly new ownership.
Okay.
And so just sharing, it's just on my list. I wanted to go check it out and try some of the food. But yeah, it's just, sometimes where like those things align, I'm like, how many people are going to talk about Nicolino? Anyway,
it's telling you
it's telling you
something.
that
Go.
it's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've heard the same. Is that people have mentioned it's under new ownership, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
check it out. Check it out.
Yeah.
So, and then another spot we should mention is we're talking a lot. This should be like our Gilman,
I guess it
Village
is.
episode. Is Wine Me Up. So this is a new wine bar that's opening also in Gilman. I've seen the signage while driving along Gilman. So it's on that side of the shopping area. And then I just was looking at visitIssaquah.com just for like what's coming up. And they've started even plugging in just live events or live music that are happening at that venue.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hopping in place.
There's going to be a lot of activities. And so it's right near Nicolino's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the entrance there. And Gilman Village did the design in front. So there's going to be, garage doors you can kind of open to make a really nice space there. But the 2 women who are opening up, they're really excited to be a community place, right?
Yeah.
Again, a third place and offer some activities for all ages, but for more the older, older folks to be able to enjoy some wine and painting and this and that. So
yeah. And I saw on their, I think we talked about this last time, but I saw on their website still wine tails instead of cocktails. So they're doing cocktails, but with wine, which I've never had before.
I haven't either, but.
Yep. So anyway, they said on their website they're opening June 14th, and they're going to have live music from the start. So check it out this summer. Again, if roll up doors with beautiful weather.
I know.
So first Nicolino. Then the wind me up. So after you start your new job, come back.
Yes.
And we can debrief.
Okay.
I have the whole itinerary planned.
Okay. And we'll get desserts.
What we're going to do. And then we'll get desserts. Yeah, definitely at Berna's. Yeah. Okay, it's time for another gift. What do I give you next?
Oh boy, I didn't know I was getting so many gifts.
I know. Okay, let's do this one. All right.
Oh.
How can you not leave without something from Issaquah coffee?
Oh.
So I love coffee. Their nitro is amazing.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yes. It's a little intimidating when it's called midnight oil.
Yeah.
But I've loved their cold brew for years, and they've started to put it in cans.
Yeah.
And so I've been buying these. I actually got new neighbors, and I did like a whole kit of Issaquah items and included that just because it, shelf stable and a good way to intro them to a local coffee shop.
Yes.
And then this is really fun too. So this is just like a pour over. So it's like a tea packet, but it's just coffee.
Look
and
at
you,
that.
Yeah, can pour it, or you can place it on top of a
just
mug. And do a pour over.
Like that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
like it pulls apart, but yes. And so that's also really fun for gifts or just to tuck into like a gift basket.
Yeah.
That's
so
anyway,
really cool.
they have a lot of cool stuff actually. A lot of merch at Issaquah Coffee.
This is like, almost Issaquah Loyal kind of, promotion here.
So I don't want to get sappy in this last episode with you, but I will say every place I went had an Issaquah Loyal sticker. Good. And just thinking about your impact, I don't want to get emotional either, but thinking about your impact for all of these businesses has been so significant. So thankful. And just like to visually see that as I went on my shopping trip.
That's nice, right? Because again, it's a business you're choosing to like, hey, I want to be part of this bigger thing. So.
Yeah. It's such a community. So that's great. Okay, a couple more. These are random. These are not in Gilman Village. I'll start. Let's leave the last one that's really exciting till the end.
Yeah.
So there was a recent purchase of actually some city property that was located, or it is located behind PCC near the hotel.
Yeah.
It's kind of tucked away. It used to be our permit center and a few other functions of City Hall. So the city recently sold it to a place called Zuru Toys.
Okay.
Which at first I didn't think I knew what Zuru Toys was.
Okay.
And now if you go down the aisle of like a Target toy section.
Oh, really?
I swear, you'll see Zuru everywhere. And so, a lot of those like, and you may not know because your kids are older, but a lot of those like blind bag like toys where you open it up and you get 5 things.
Oh, it's like
like surprise bags or blind bags.
Yeah.
Or another really popular thing in my family are the water balloons where you hook up just to a hose and you can fill 50 water balloons.
Yeah.
That's Zuru Toys as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So, our assumption is they're excited to be closer to Costco and to branch out on this area. It's not going to be like where they're actually making the toys, but more office space.
Yes.
But another great addition, I think, to Issaquah businesses. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to bring more jobs too, because again, they don't have a Northwest office already that's moving from someplace else. So they're opening this up.
Yeah.
And they're going to also use that building, I understand, for some showroom area. So bring over not just Costco vendors or Costco, but also Amazon or some other, larger retailers in the area.
Yeah.
So people are going to be visiting Issaquah to see their selection. So
play with toys.
Exactly. I know. That sounds like a great job.
Well, and I was chatting about it actually with a neighbor who's curious about what was going on, and it was just interesting for us to reflect on the fact that what Costco does in our community, not only jobs, right, but it also is attracting, and tourism, right, because you get so many people traveling here for work that are coming to Costco.
Yes.
But then businesses that want a site here to be in that proximity.
Nearby.
Yeah. So it's just another great reflection of what Costco does for Issaquah.
Indeed.
Okay, so this last one, I'll let you share this one. This is quite exciting.
So really exciting to know. So, the city owns Pickering Barn, right? And the manager there has really been trying to recruit more interesting events and activities for the community. And so the one that she's working on and has yes, we can do this, as going to be a pop-up roller skating rink.
What?
I know. Isn't that crazy to think about? So now you think about Pickering Barn, you're like, oh, I could see that.
Totally.
Yeah. So they're going to pad up some things and make sure that, but this is a vision. I talked to the owners because they're actually looking for a space. So if anybody knows of a space in Issaquah, they would love to be able to open up something eventually all the time.
Yeah.
They're going to do pop-up events. And so it's going to be a little while. They're going to do some friends and family ones first to, figure things out.
Yeah.
But then they're going to have where you come and there's I'm not sure how long the ticket time is going to be, like an hour or two.
Okay.
And that way it controls how many people are there and you can actually enjoy skating.
Yeah.
But they'll have merchandise as well. And, there's two different barn sides. And so they're thinking about, eventually having some, food there or some other things, just a kind of small snacks. Could you imagine going in and roller skating at Pickering Barn? Isn't that gonna be fun?
I love the idea. I think about diversifying the use of the barn.
Yes.
I mean, of course, iconic for the farmers market. Yes. And so many people in our community have gotten married there, right? Yeah. Or had really big family events there.
Yes.
But really exciting to think about making other memories in the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of falling and laughing. Hopefully not lots of falling, but lots of laughing.
A lot of laughing. Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's actually, if you think about it, kind of the perfect shape and size.
Yeah. That's what I was like.
Super creative.
A pop-up roller rink. But yeah. So they're doing it.
How cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're in Issaquah first, so let's do it.
Yeah, let's definitely. I'll have to dust off the roller skates. Or maybe the roller blades.
And you can rent them there. You don't have to. But if you find your roller skates from whatever grade and they still fit, I think you could probably bring them.
All right. So that's a wrap on this edition of Issaquah Buzz. Thank you again, Jen, for all of your partnership and the time together. It's been so much fun.
It has been.
Yeah. So thank you and good luck on your next adventure. Yeah.
Thank you.
And stay tuned to our next edition of Issaquah Buzz. I'm not going anywhere. And we'll have some really fun guest hosts with me. So more to come for sure. Plus, we've been teasing all of these other businesses, and so we'll make sure to be following up on those. If you need us to track down any business gossip or have a question, make sure to email us at ed@issaquahwa.gov. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.